To the bone. Happy Tuesday, y'all, aka Happy Valentine's Day. For all those that celebrate the day. We know it's not an official holiday, but there are people who celebrate it, right? And it's not always for what it necessarily means. It's just another day on the calendar that people take an opportunity to show their love to one another. But come on in, I'm going to start y'all out because you know what I say. It's always gonna be a what?
Step one, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step two, get some good, some food in you. Step three, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step four, everybody just do your thing. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up.
Get this
Today's gonna
message.
be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. 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 Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up.
Wake up, Facebook. Wake up, YouTube. IG is already here.
Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, yo. But you always gotta fight night from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they ride.
What?
Head full of flaws, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost.
What? So what do you do?
So I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken. I got patience. One day at a time. That's how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation.
What?
Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. 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 Today's gonna be a good day.
Step two. Hey, Rufino, step three. Step four. Hey. Today's gonna be a good day, y'all. Happy Valentine's Day. I'm pretty sure I'm not the first to wish you guys a happy Valentine's Day. I'm sure that your significant others have reached out to you and wished you a happy Valentine's Day first. But if they didn't, because some significant others don't celebrate Valentine's Day, so you might not have got that wish, that happy Valentine's Day, but that's all right. I'm here to fill that gap in for you. All right. Happy Valentine's Day. And for those that are single, right, your friends could say happy Valentine's Day to you too. This is not just limited to your significant other. We can make it whatever we want to make it. I mean, ultimately, this holiday was a made up holiday, right? You know, people have their theories as to what Valentine's is based on. But celebrate it how you want to celebrate it or not. But the fuck, I love holidays. All right. I'm a holiday type person. I mean, I don't need lavish dinners and shit like that on Valentine's Day. But I like to be acknowledged, you know, because I'm such a girly girl, right? And not just being a girly girl means that you know you celebrate every holiday, but I'm talking about me. I am a girly girl. I'm very tough, but anybody that knows me to my core knows that deep down inside, I'm a girly girl. I'm still a girl that expects you to open the doors for me. I still expect you to treat me full blown like a lady. I still want to be spoiled and coddled like a lady. right? I'm really girly girl. I don't lay sheetrock. I don't change oils on cars. I don't change flat tires. I don't do none of that shit, right? But where people get confused with me is if I don't have a man in my life, hey, Angel, if I don't have a man in my life, I could be that too, right? So people get confused because they know that I can step into the manly shoes, but I don't want to. I don't the fuck want to. I'm girly deep down in my core. Y'all be just making me try to be manly. The fuck? Zed, don't say lies. I'm girly. And you know what's crazy? When I go out in the dating scene and people start dating me, they start to learn that. They be like, well, damn, you really girly. They be shocked. Yes. The fuck? I am. I am girly. Shit. You know what Zen said? You want to be wooed, giving nice things, nice dinners at restaurants, first class service the whole way. You know, part of that is true, but I'm not like a big restaurant person. I'm like I like food, but it's weird, right? Like it's hard for me to sit at a restaurant and order like a big plate of food because then I get overwhelmed. I prefer to order like a lot of little things so that I can snack on it and pick on it. Like I don't need a plate like a romantic dinner where I have a big old steak and some potatoes and all that shit. I like a lot of little things so that I can snack on. So I'm not really a big dinner goer, right? But I do like to be treated special. I do. I'm spoiled that way. What about y'all? When Valentine's Day comes around, how does this day make y'all feel? For those that are single, how are you feeling on Valentine's Day? Right? For those that are in relationships, what's going on with y'all today? Are y'all celebrating? Are y'all not? What's happening? I'm going to tell y'all what I'm doing. I told y'all what I was doing yesterday. I'm going to the spa. My spa appointment is at 11:30. It is okay, Zen, for most people, just another day, right? For most people. Um, I'm going to the spa at 11:30. And so I'm going to leave here at about 10, right? Because I have to stop at the store and get me some red lipstick. I don't wear red lipstick. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna look like with red lipstick on. I hope I don't look like it from the Stephen King's horror movie. Cause I don't wear makeup, y'all. I'll put a dark lipstick on, like a dark, stormy kind of color, like anything that's dark blue, dark gray, dark green, something like that. But bright ass red, but I'm gonna try to do it because I'm gonna try to make it pop for my V-Day pictures at the spa. So I'm gonna run over here to CVS, buy me a Revlon or some shit, red lipstick for the day, something I could throw the fuck away, and put the shit on my lips. Who said he bought me candy and snapped on me because I tied up the bread that he used. Wait a minute. He bought you candy and then snapped on you because you tied up the bread that he used? Wait, I'm lost. Ooh, wait a minute. He bought you candy, but then he got mad because you tied up the bread that he used. I'm confused. I'm lost. What is going on in that house? All right. Zen said, geez, my brain is not working today. Valentine's Day is every day to me. We celebrate each other a lot, always giving hugs and kisses and doing nice things for each other. I think that's better. I love that. I love that. I love that. I am Jacinta said, good morning, Coffee with Friends. We don't celebrate Valentine's Day. I deserve Valentine's Day treatment 365 days. I had that conversation before we got married. Oh, I asked this question the other day. I said, do we have these conversations in advance prior to getting married on what holidays we celebrate versus what holidays we don't celebrate? We miss you too, I am Jacinta. I just said that, right? And I guess you know what? It makes perfect sense. If you are getting that Valentine's Day, whatever that treatment is on a regular basis, you don't need it on that one special day, right? So then let me ask you this. So then why do we make a big deal about Christmas? Right? Because if your man is giving you gifts all year and treating you like a special gift all year, why do we make a big deal about Christmas? Shouldn't Christmas be every day? I'm asking. Hey, CDP. Uhu said he has rye bread. He never tied it up. So I tied it up in a knot. He says it's tough to undo. Now, he needs to. Uhu's man can't get the knot out of the bread, y'all. I'm waiting for Hillbilly. Oh my God. Hillbilly, you've been on my tongue all night. I mean, that didn't sound right. Wait a minute, Hillbilly. Wait a minute. I mean, you know what I mean. You've been on my mind. You've been on my mind. All right. Oh my Lord. Hey, mother. Hillbilly, you need to stay right there because I am so fascinated with you, Hillbilly, that me and my mother, aka Sandy Johnston, that just jumped on. Y'all know who my mother is. Me and my mom was on the phone last night, Hillbilly, having a conversation about you. We are completely amazed by you. I'm telling you, my mother and I was on FaceTime last night over Hillbilly because let me tell you something, Hillbilly, you got a Tarzan story, and I'm not trying to be funny. I never met anybody in real life that has a story like yours. I got so many questions. And nobody on here asked a damn question when Hillbilly told us about his life yesterday. Nobody even asked one damn question. Meanwhile, as soon as I spoke to my mother after the show, she was like, wait, I need to talk about Hillbilly. I need to understand. I said, Mom, me too. I can't wait until tomorrow's show because I want to ask him some questions. I was so fascinated. Hillbilly, you're amazing. I just want to say that. You're amazing. You're amazing. Hey, J234. All right. And I'm going to recap what's so amazing about Hillbilly in a minute. All right. Zen said, oh, wait. Wait, Georgie. Georgie said she lost the bread tie and he was mad. Baby. No, well, something like that, Georgie. Something like that. Something like that. Zen said, I mean, I don't care if we celebrate or not. But every day should be V Day. Okay. Cheryl Lee said, ooh, who says it's Valentine's Day love? Keep the damn candy and give me peace without the drama. I know that's right. Peace without the drama. Hey, Interior Rue, good morning. I understand to say, oh, we don't give gifts for Christmas neither. We celebrate the reason for the season. Got it. See, this is what I'm asking because people say they don't celebrate certain holidays. So sometimes I have to ask, if you don't celebrate this holiday, why do you celebrate the other holidays, right? Because it's the same concept to me, in my opinion, right? Some people decorate for Valentine's Day. My girlfriend has a whole Valentine's Day Christmas tree. Well, it's not Christmas tree if it's a Valentine's tree, right? In her house. So some people decorate for Valentine's Day just like they decorate for Christmas. So why choose to celebrate Valentine's Day every day but not Christmas? I'm just asking. Cheryl Lee said, yes, Christmas should be every day too. Anyway, how will you like for everyone to get presents on your birthday? Listen, now your birthday is special because you're not born every day. That's different shit. Don't fuck with my birthday. Now fuck around and say you don't celebrate birthdays. I'ma cut you. Because that's a special day. I was brought into the world on that particular day, not every day. The fuck? Uhu said no, he did something with it, but he never ties up shit. So Georgie, he lost the tie. He left the bread open. Uhu went and tied the bread up to keep it fresh. And he got a whole attitude at her. Uhu said, I wear all green on St. Patrick's Day. We all Irish that day. So see, what's the difference? What is the difference? Thank you, I am Jacinta. 6 out of 10 likes, y'all. Listen, give me the thumbs up if you're on YouTube, all right? If you're on IG, give me the hearts. Hey, protagonist, good morning. Zen said Christmas is the same. We basically celebrate for everyone else. We buy whatever we want throughout the year, so there's really no need for gifts or whatever. Okay, got it. So basically, you decorate to just bring the spirit of the holiday into your home for other people to enjoy. Oh, y'all are shocking me this morning. Protagonist said, Happy Valentine's Day if you give a fuck. We give a fuck. The fuck? I give a fuck. Thank you, protagonist. No, hillbilly. You are more than just a hillbilly. You are more than just a hillbilly. Man, I'm amazed by you. And I don't know if what you were saying yesterday went over other people's heads, but it didn't go over my head. It certainly didn't go over my mama's head. And so, hillbilly, I just have to say this because I need to get it out. You are amazing. Yesterday, did y'all hear hillbilly when he said he was feral as a child? He was living in the wild since 5 years old. Right? Did y'all hear that? Y'all motherfuckers be complaining about life. And when people tell stories like this, I be like, damn. Now that's some hard shit. You've been living, you were living in the forest from 5 years old. I was scratching my head last night, hillbilly, asking a bunch of questions, and I was bouncing them off my mother too, because we were so amazed by you. And we were like, well, at 5 years old, how did you get in the forest at 5? Where were your parents? And then you said you slept in a tree for 3 years until you graduated high school. I mean, motherfuckers got places to sleep and they still won't go to fuck to school. And you was sleeping in a whole tree. I imagine you built a tree house or some shit. You were sleeping in a whole tree for 3 years up until you graduated high school. I'm amazed. I'm so amazed. I'm so amazed, hillbilly. I got so many questions. I do. See, listen. Birthdays are number one in my home. You can't be told no. Thank you, hillbilly, because I will cut you. I will cut you. My birthday is a celebration. Y'all know I just cut down them 56 balloons, the 5 and the 6 balloon, because those shits was still in my living room up until 3 days ago. Don't play with me. Right, I am Jacinta. I'm glad you went there. I am Jacinta said, what's his problem at Uhu? It may be something deeper. That's a good point, Uhu. It could be something deeper going on with him because it reminds me of my first husband. I call it the spoon in the sink, right? Little things like a spoon in the sink will get you cussed the fuck out when normally it doesn't. That normally means that something else is going on. Great point, I am Jacinta. Exactly, protagonist. Let them know. Get the likes up there. Cheryl Lee said, that's what I thought too at Hillbilly because I spend a lot of time in Bryce Mount. And when you said you lived in West Virginia, I said, oh, that explains it. See, Zen, you didn't hear it yesterday, right? Because I knew other people would have had questions. And Hillbilly was a feral child living in the wild since 5 years old. I have questions. Where were your parents? How did they enroll you in school? How did you navigate through school all those years living in the forest? What did you eat? When you say you were feral, were you hunting wild animals? What happened? That's a whole story. That's a testimony. Yes, protagonist, we could do whatever you need to do. This is what the show is about. You don't need to ask, throw it up there. What is it you want to talk about? Today's topic was Happy Valentine's Day, but throw it up there. I'm gonna read the positive thought while protagonist gets ready to unpack some deep shit for us. Uhu said, hey Brandilla. Uhu said he considered me nagging. If I say rinse off a dish, then he shuts down and doesn't want to eat. Uh-uh. Nah. Uhu, I never tell nobody what to do with their mans or their ladies. But if I tell you to rinse a dish and you shut down and you don't want her to fuck eat, that's fine. Rinse the dish anyway. And I'm going to clean this fucking kitchen up and put all the motherfucking food away. I don't give a fuck. That sounds like he's throwing baby tantrums. See, I be nah. That sound weird. Ooh, hey, the general. All right, so I'm gonna read today's positive thought. Protagonist, unpack what it is you need to unpack. I will go back down and read the comments while y'all let Hillbilly's story unpack, because that shit is a testimony. We sit on here and we talk about childhood trauma. We talk about the things that we had to survive, right? And we talk about being adults and it becoming our responsibility to unpack the traumatic experiences and the unhealthy things that we learned growing up, right? And we have a young man on here who was feral, living in the forest as a 5 years old. That's a story. That's a testimony. Let me read today's thought and then I'm gonna come back. Okay, while y'all unpack y'all thoughts in the comments. February 14th. I will know love when I realize if I am hurting, I am not loving. Baby, I know I said unpack your thoughts in the comments, but y'all got to listen to this shit too, because February, I'm going to sip my coffee first. February says, I will know love when I realize if I am hurting, I am not loving. Love is simple. We make it hard with our trappings, expectations, and demands. We make loving difficult, painful, hurtful, and regrettable because we keep trying to figure out how to do love, give love, and get loved right. We place limits, restrictions, and conditions on our loving and those we love. Sometimes it works. Usually it does not. Then we don't get the right kind of love. We feel hurt. We blame love. Love does not hurt. Falling into the traps we set to get and keep love makes us hurt ourselves. Love is the experience of joy we have when we have the courage to tell the truth. When we have the courage to be exactly who we are, when we allow those we love to do the same. Love is not what we have been told. It is by others who have been hurt. Okay, let me read that again. Love is not what we have been told. It is by others who have been hurt. Because y'all know a lot of motherfuckers out here that have a heartbreak will go around and try to tell you how to love up on somebody or not love up on somebody because they've been hurt. Stop listening to them. This says, love is not what we have been told. It is by others who have been hurt. Love is not what we have seen in pictures. Love is not a tool or a weapon. Love is the key. It is the key that allows you to see more in yourself, for yourself, and about yourself than you would ever dare to show the world. Love is simple. You simply give love for the sake of love, or you don't. You simply know love and share love, or you don't. You simply are love without demands and expectations, or you will continue to fall into traps and hurt yourself because you fail to acknowledge yourself as the love you keep trying to get right. Until today, you may have believed that there were things you had to do to get love. You may have demanded that others do things to prove their love to you. Just for today, be devoted to evaluating beliefs you hold about love. Take this opportunity to ask yourself whether or not you believe that you are loved, loving, and lovable. Today, I'm devoted to identifying the ways I place demands and expectations on love. Wow. Are you loved, loving, and lovable? Are you? Are you loved, loving, and lovable? 3 of those. Are you loved, loving? Are you love? Are you loving? How do you treat other people? How do you move through this life? Right? How do you show love? And are you lovable? Are you able to receive love? Things we got to ask, right? How many people are in relationships and they love, but their partner might not, and they try to force that love on them? You can't. I know, Zen. I know, Zen. We need an interview. Interior Ruse said to Uhu, that sounds a lot deeper. Is he harboring ill feelings about something else? It sounds like resentment is creeping in there somewhere. Like, are you the breadwinner? Do you buy the groceries? Do you hold down the house? I'm just asking, because if that's the case, maybe he feels like you're being a little bit mothering and shit like that. Resentment shows up in a lot of ways. Maybe he's not getting something he needs out of the relationship, so he's taking it out in these little forms of temper tantrums. I don't know. All right. Hillbilly said, I'm with you, Zen. We need a damn interview. I swear we need an interview because, I know Hillbilly is not jumping on this camera, but I'm going to put the guest link up there anyway because I need an interview and because I'm amazed. I'm amazed. I'm amazed. Okay, I'm amazed. Hillbilly said, my mom locked the door and went to Texas when I was 5. Hillbilly. I mean, and then what? And then what? Where was your dad? Where was the rest of your family members? Like, I have so many questions. You are amazing. I am Jacinta said, once upon a time, I didn't like to celebrate my birthday. It's so close to Christmas. But as I started to get older, it's a must for me now. You're damn right. Right? Because y'all motherfuckers are not just going to celebrate me being dead at my funeral. I'm going to celebrate my birthday every damn year. Hard, too. Protagonist says, you ever notice people who accuse you of being violent are ones who already put hands on you? Well, I can't really say protagonist because no one has ever called me violent, right? And only one person ever put their hands on me, and he slapped me so fucking hard my earring fell out my ear, and I was about 18 years old. I never had no man put no hands on me ever since then, because I don't play with that, because that'll get me locked up in the hooscow real quick. And if I don't get locked up in the hooscow, one of my brothers better, or my son better, because the fuck, I'm not gonna sleep at night till somebody take care of the business. Okay. Protagonist says, is that their subconscious preparing for warfare? Protagonist, what is that to? Is that to Uhu? Hey, Madison. Happy V Day to you, too. Hey, Houston, Christopher. I am DeSantis asked Hillbilly. That's a great question. Do you go to therapy, Hillbilly? He said no. Cheryl Lee said it's a whole different story living in the Blue Ridge Mountains. That's what I'm saying. Hillbilly, you were in the Blue Ridge Mountains, West Virginia. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all, I absolutely love the Blue Ridge Mountains, right? Those are the mountains that spread across, the fuck everywhere. Okay, the Blue Ridge Mountains are the bomb, but not to sleep in at 5 years old. So, Hillbilly, how did you survive at 5 years old in the forest? I need to know. You are a story. Shirley said, yes, real unconditional love takes courage. Lord, a lot of courage. A lot of courage. Torn AFC South said, love is a sobering, eye-opening, yet good experience with the right person. I agree. Hillbilly said, we chose to love. We will not always be in love. It takes work, but it also has rewards. Hillbilly, we choose to love, right? We will not always be in love. What does that statement mean to some of y'all? We choose to love, but we may not always be in love. What does that mean? I like that. Yes, I know I am Jacinta. I'm so glad he shared that, because let me tell you something. This is stories like Hillbilly and other stories are true. Listen, this is exactly the types of things we talk about on this show, the things that we dealt with as children that might roll over into our adulthood because we had to develop emotionally on our own based on what we saw and based on what we experienced, right? And then we navigate through life as adults, and people will look at us and say, oh, she's a fuck up, or oh, she's this, or something's fucking wrong with her, right? This is us not giving each other grace, not realizing maybe, what if I didn't know? What if I'm hanging out with Hillbilly and I didn't know that he was a feral kid at 5, and something happened, and I said, Hillbilly, I hate when you do that. Like, that's so, without knowing his story. Like, we go around and we judge so many people, and we talk about how they are and who they are and why can't they be different. But do we ever step back and say, I wonder what the fuck these people experienced when they was a kid? What the fuck molded them? How did they become who they are today? Do we ever ask that? Zen said at Robin White saying that, ooh, who may be the breadwinner, and the fight was over the loaf of bread. Truth, Zen, you know what? You would catch that, Zen. True. That was funny. I didn't even catch it like that, but you would catch it like that, right? Hillbilly said his dad died when he was 4. Damn. Me either. I am Jacinta. I swear. My mother and I was like, this is something we see on TV. She was like the cartoon with the little boy. I said, yeah, that's Tarzan. I never heard a real life story like that wasn't on the Disney Channel or some shit. And here we be worried that our kids not going to be able to walk to school by the fuck themselves. And Hillbilly been in the forest since 5 years old. That goes to show you that we can survive under the most difficult situations. But then what comes on the other side of that? Interior said, good morning, Natalia. Interior said, that's an excellent question. Choosing to love. I would guess that means making a concerted effort to love someone over and over with all their faults. And isn't that better than being in love? Because what he said was, they choose to love, right? They're not always going to be in love, but they choose to love. And interior, I love your explanation of how you broke that down and what that means to you. I love that. I would love that. You're choosing to love me every day through the good and the bad. That's deep. That is deep. Protagonist says that is because the only people that accuse me of being violent hit me, but I like hugs more. But yesterday I thought of it. Okay, is there history behind this thought you're having, protagonist? Why did you start thinking about this yesterday? Hillbilly said hillbillies have command of survival. You can eat off the land if you know how. Fish was a stable meat, but I did raid gardens and have friends for hard times once I was 12. Hillbilly, are you serious right now? But how did you remain in school if you didn't have a mom? See, I have so many questions. If your mom went to Texas, who enrolled you in school? Because you finished school. So who enrolled you in school and how did you get to and from school all those years as a little kid by yourself? Now, I understand high school, you could get back and forth. But from 5 years old up until 14 or 15, how were you enrolled in school? How did you learn how to hunt? And when you say hillbillies, there's like a population of people that are deemed hillbillies. I'm asking because I really don't know. I thought that that was just a term, for people that lived in the mountains, but but I didn't really think that that was really a thing. The way you stated it is like a thing. You said hillbillies have command of survival. Is there a population? Okay, you said school had food and heat, so we went. Who is we? You had a little sister or just other people like you, other kids like you that lived feral? Wow, this is so deep. Hey, Doc. Hey, Scott. This is so deep, Hillbilly, and you are a testimony for others that might be in similar situations, right? They might not live in the Blue Ridge Mountains. They might live in New York City and sleep on the street. But this is really inspiration, Hillbilly. I know someone right now, a grown adult that's homeless, and I be worried about her on a regular basis. I can't help her with a roof over her head or anything like that, but I worry. I do worry. And she's surviving. Okay, you have a brother. And how old is your brother? How much older is your brother from you? This turned into an interview. I love it, Hillbilly. You are amazing. How many of you guys think that you could survive as a 5-year-old in the forest if your mother left you? A lot of us claim abandonment from parents, right? In various ways, right? We can live in the same household with our parents and still not get the parenting that we need and still feel like we're raising ourselves. And some of us have grown up raising our younger siblings as well, right? I'm having a hot flash, y'all. Some of us have grown up raising our siblings as well, right? And so, I used to think that was hard. But imagine your mother. I even thought it was hard when my friend said when he turned 18, his mother said bye and she moved to Texas and left his ass in Brooklyn. And I was like, damn, I had to put garlic on the door for my son to never come back. And he was in his 30s, right? And so, when I heard the story that his mother was like, bye, deuces, figure out how you're going to survive in this apartment. I'm out. And she went to Texas and he was 18. I thought that was harsh. But imagine your mom leaving you and your brother, locking the house door and just leaving. The forest was preferable to being home. Wow. Wow, Hillbilly. So, Hillbilly, I'm not gonna drain you with all my questions. I'm just fascinated by you. You are amazing. You and your brother. All right. And so I just want to ask this. Did y'all like build like a little house in the forest or something? Like what was your survival tactics? Like, what was your living situation in the forest? And when you lived in a tree the last 3 years through high school, did you build something up in that tree? You're amazing. And where is your brother today? Those are all the questions I had. I mean, guys, I'm amazed. I'm sorry. I'm really amazed. Interior said, but did Hillbilly have access to the house, running water or water to clean? No, he said his mother locked up the house and left them. Oh, unless y'all busted the windows and went in. Did y'all ever go back to the house, Hillbilly, and use the facilities? Okay. Nope. Hillbilly said they made several houses in different areas. Wow. Wow. I love that. So, Hillbilly, you know how to live off the land. If we have an apocalypse or some shit, I'm gonna look your ass up. And don't have me come to West Virginia looking for Hillbilly. And they be like, no, take your black ass back where you came from. I'll be like, no, I know Mr. Hillbilly. He said he got survival tactics. I'm coming up here with Mr. Hillbilly. All right. Don't turn me away, Mr. Hillbilly. All right. Don't have me lost in West Virginia in the damn mountains. The fuck. It is interior. You see? Interior Rue said, oh, wow, his story is so fascinating. So, Interior, he said, we never entered the house again. Wow. Yes, mother. Mother said God was with Hillbilly throughout his entire childhood life. Baby. And we be thinking we got it hard with. I heard that. I was like, oh my God. I would have snot nose cried in the middle of the woods. Good morning, Zeus the Mastiff. Oh, Zeus the Mastiff. That sounds strong. That sounds real strong. Georgie said, how did you get clothes and shoes? Okay, here go the questions, Hillbilly. You knew they were coming. How did you get clothes and shoes? Hillbilly said, my best friend and little brother is black. Not from West Virginia, but he's been adopted as Hillbilly himself. Okay, so you saying I'm safe with y'all. That's what you saying, Hillbilly? I just want to make sure. Because West Virginia is iffy. So I want to make sure if an apocalypse pop out, I'm safe to come look for Hillbilly in West Virginia. Shit. I want to go with you because, baby, you've been living off the land a long, long, long time. And my mother said, Dad, he must know how to do Naked and Afraid because that's my favorite show. And I was like, damn right. He must. The fuck? Thank you, Hillbilly. I appreciate that because I just need to be safe. I don't know how to live off the land. Oh, hi, Judy. You made the page for your dog. Okay. Okay, because Zeus the Master sound strong. I mean, that is a strong dog and a beautiful one at that. Oh, Hillbilly said, I'm only telling the good parts. No, I need Hillbilly. You got a story. No, I'm serious. Now, you might not want to jump on my show and tell your story, but you got a damn story. I swear. I'm so fascinated. Like, I really want to talk and unpack your story with you because this is some shit. We talk about surviving. We talk about, our mental growth. healing from childhood trauma. We talk about all of that. But imagine having to come through. Imagine waking up and your mother locked the door and you 5 years old and your brother is 7 or almost 7. And y'all got to go in the woods, in the forest, and try to build a place to live, a place to sleep. Not only that, you got to hide from the fucking animals. This is the mountains. Aren't there mountain lions up there? Aren't there wolves up there? What the fuck? Interior said, and whenever Hillbilly is ready to tell it, it's safe to say we all want to listen. We do. We do, Hillbilly. We really want to listen. We want to listen because you have a true survival story. You have a story. I am destined to say I don't want to overwhelm you with my questions, but thanks for sharing. And what are you willing to share? That's the question. Ulif said, Hillbilly, I have the utmost respect for children that are able to overcome such hardships. Baby, you are a testimony for so many people out here that's trying to survive, young and old. Right, mother? He do need to write a book. And we will read it on Coffee with Friends. Hillbilly, I just want to say thank you so much for sharing that story. And again, open invitation. When you want to tell your story to us, we are here to listen. Not to be nosy, right? Because I always say this, when people tell their stories, you don't know how many people it helps because it's a testimony. It gives other people hope. It gives people, a view that there is light at the end of the tunnel for them. And I love that. Right? Because there's so many people sitting at home or at work, in their cars, on the bus, the train, and they're thinking, why me? I feel like I'm going through this all by myself. But guess what? You're not. There's somebody out there with a story of survival. It might not be the same exact story, but the end result is, how did that person survive? That's a testimony. So whenever you are ready to share, we are here to listen. Hillbilly said, okay, your dog is 240 pounds. Woo. Woo, woo. Well, it is a mastiff. Hillbilly said, I was angry in my youth. My wife tamed the angry beast. I love that. I love that you overcame such adversity and you have your own family. And the way you speak on this show, Hillbilly, and the advice that you give is so good. No one would know what you came through. I love this for you. You have a testimony that you overcame. And Hillbilly, again, like I am Jacinta, I'm not going to ask a bunch of questions, but whenever, a bunch more, because I already asked a bunch. I'm not going to ask a bunch more, but I do have a bunch more questions. Whenever you want to talk about it, let us know. All right? Because it's a testimony and it can help other people. And that's what this platform is about, right? It's about unpacking the shit in our lives and talking through them, right? Understanding them and learning healthier ways of dealing with them. Right? Because we can't completely erase the past. We can't erase the things that have happened to us, right? But we can leverage those things in our past and we can make them work for us as we navigate through the rest of our lives, right? Yeah. Theo, speak that shit, please. Theo said, your purpose on the other side of your pain is testimony. And it is. And it is. So many people, when I first started this platform, they say, oh my God, why are you telling y'all your business? It's my business. It's my business. It's my pain. And I share it how I want to share it. And I invite other people to share their pain, how they want to share it. Because ultimately, just like Theo said, it's a testimony. Right? I love y'all. I love y'all. And y'all not going to make me emotional. My nose is burning because y'all making me emotional on Valentine's Day. But don't do that, y'all. My nose. Okay? The purpose on the other side of your pain is testimony. I know I am the center. I felt that shit. Telling your story can help someone. Thank you, Mishibu. And that's so true. Thank you, Hillbilly. I appreciate that because I never want to offend anybody. But when I hear stories like this and people willing to unpack their stories, no matter how hard they are, I appreciate you because it shows that you have accepted your life for what it was. And you are constantly working on being a better you. You're able to tell your story. Theo said, your testimony, gifts, talents, and experiences helps someone else. It does. Do not ever allow people to silence you. If you have a testimony and you want to share it, share it. Don't ever let anybody silence you. Don't be fearful that people are going to get upset and they're going to say, oh my God, she's talking about me or he's talking about me. It ain't about them, right? It's about you. Anything that happens to you in your life is your story, is your testimony. The one thing that I always butt up against in this show to this very day, right, is when people are not feeling their best about me in whatever space they're in. They will listen to my show that I talk about the same similar topics on a regular basis. But when they're not in a good space or we're not in a good space with each other, they will swear my topics are targeted on them. And then it causes me additional grief. This show brings me a lot of grief when I give my testimonies on here and I tell my truth. There's people in the background that roll their eyes at me. They be mad, right? But you still could tell your story anyway. Tell your story anyway, right? If those people cared about me and they loved me, then they would step out of their ego and their pride and not focus on protecting what they think should be kept a secret. And they will be focusing more on the healing and the purpose of giving a testimony. I'm just saying. Mishi Boo said acceptance is the first step to healing. I understand that I've been dealing with so much, but Theo, you hit it for me. I love that. Hillbilly, to this day, I overcompensate with socks. I own 100 pair because the lack of them when I was a kid. Go figure. That's you see that? You see how your childhood experience played out in your adult life? Now you own over 100 pair of socks because you remember the days when your feet was fucking cold, when you were out in that forest. Now you're not going without socks. You see how shit from our childhood creeps into our adult lives and habits? It does. Well, with that, y'all, I'm going to move to closing the show. But I appreciate y'all. You know, sometimes y'all get on here and y'all surprise me. Y'all do. I am Jacinta. I'm going to be praying for you and all of us on Coffee with Friends. Let's throw out some prayers. You know, give I am Jacinta some strength to go through what she's dealing with right now. You know, I am Jacinta. We are here. So if there's anything you ever want to talk about, let us know. If you don't want to talk about it here, jump on Discord. Let us know. We are here. We are a family. Excuse me. We know that times are hard, and we know that every day is not flowers and roses. Well, roses and flowers, same thing, right? And so, you know, when you're having a hard time, know that this platform is a supporting platform. All right? I know when I'm having a hard time, I come to some of y'all, all of y'all, or I say it on the show. I shed a couple of tears here, or I go on Discord. I think we're a family. Eulith said, I understand the overcompensation with socks. I work in the ED, and one thing the underhoused request all the time is clean socks. Hillbilly said, go forth today and love to the best of your ability. And Hillbilly, the one other thing I want to say to you, and I don't know you personally, but for what you've been through, right? And the words that you share on this show, they are so loving and so supporting, okay? And all that you've been through, some people don't come out on the other side of that being so loving, being so supporting, because they normally grow up so, you know, resentful, angry at life. But when you talk on this show, you seem so love-filled. And I love that for you. I love that for you. Interior says, sending you love at I am Jacinta. When I tell you I completely understand, trust me, I do. Theo is sending love to I am Jacinta. Yes, we are sending all the love you need, I am Jacinta. Just know we are here. We have a therapist on here, Fancy K, and we have a life coach on here, Theodore Carter. So use them if you need to, even if it's for a reference because you think you know them personally, even if it's for a reference for another therapist or another life coach. Angel said, I come to y'all. I said it yesterday. Yes, you did. You come to us too. This is a family. You wouldn't believe the amount of stuff we share with each other on this show, on and off camera. And some of us have never met each other personally. People need people. I don't give a fuck what some of these people say. Hillbilly said, love your family, love your friends, love strangers. They all need it. Yes, they do. And Hillbilly, I'm just going to say, you happen to find me on YouTube and you've been joining this show on a regular. And I appreciate it. I do. I do. I mean, I appreciate all of y'all. But you know, when someone just stumbles across and finds your page and they stick with you, right? That's how a lot of y'all got here. I'm trying to figure out how I met some of y'all. Eulith Harvey jumped on my page. I love it. I am Jacinta. I met her. And I met most of y'all. Some of y'all are old friends, but a lot of y'all I met through the show, and I love y'all. All right. And so with that, y'all, let me wind down by saying a couple of things, right? It didn't start with you. End of February. What did I say? February 26th. I'm going to start advertising that. At about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, we'll read It Didn't Start With You. We'll discuss chapters 5 through 8. I'm only on chapter 6. Some people are on chapter 4, but it doesn't matter. The goal is we're going to be talking about this book probably until June, all right, before we move on to our new book. The other thing I want to remind you guys of is in 3 weeks, we will be in NOLA, Let the Good Times Roll. All right. I do have to go into Discord and collect the shirt sizes of those that need shirts. And so I will do that and make sure I have that information. I have an itinerary that I will be sharing with everyone once I brush it off and finalize it. I will put it in Discord in the travel planning section. You guys can go and pull it from there. And when we meet up the first night, you will see that on the agenda where we are meeting up, and we will unpack the agenda at that time. Right? Number 3, summer soiree, y'all, Cancun. If you have not gotten your room, get your room. $50 will hold your room. Get your room before they sell out. All right. It's going to be amazing. All right. And with that, y'all, it is 9:01. I got a couple of things to do before I get my V-Day started. But you know what I say. Go out and love up on your brothers and sisters, but don't forget to love up on yourselves. We all need it. I'm going to read the rest of these comments on YouTube. Have a great day, Theo. I appreciate you. Let me see. There's some additional comments on here. Oh, no, it's not. I read everything. Is your YouTube camera on a motion sensor device? No. Oh, that's my foot. That's my foot turning my chair. But anyway, guys, you know what I say. I'm going to let y'all go. Even when you feel low, what?
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
Hey!
Go.
This is Coffee with Friends, and I am Roy to the Bone. Yes, see y'all Thursday. With that, I'm out. Love up on your brothers and sisters, y'all. Don't forget that. More importantly, love up on yourself. With that, I'm out. Peace, y'all. Hey, on the highway.
And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain
Anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the
key ingredient, is belief. They see
with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. What?
even when you feel low,
You can still
go. Even when you feel slow,
You can still
go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go.
I never answer to no, man, I still go. Peace, y'all.
Go.
I'm out.
Go.